Good evening, folks. Sorry it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I've been absolutely swamped with family commitments and work and things like that. So this is the first, I've realised this is the first one I've done in a couple of weeks. So I'm talking about, obviously, Naoya Inoue's victory over TJ Doheny. That was on this morning over here in the UK. Well, early afternoon, the main event was. I missed part of the card because I don't finish work till 11 in the morning. So by the time I got home, the Barroso Hiroka fight had just started. So, but we'll talk about the main event first. I was a little bit underwhelmed by this one. Nothing wrong technically with anything that Naoya Inoue did. I don't know. It just had something missing. He wasn't as aggressive as he could be, and obviously he was in with a very awkward opponent. You know, I understand that, and he was dropped in his last fight, so I get it. You know, I'm not criticising the man at all. I'm not saying he's shit or anything like that, because I see that all the time, comments on YouTube videos and things like that. That Inoue's a load of shit, and he's too small to be this, and he's too small to be that, and he only fights in Japan and all. It's like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Just shut the fuck up, you bunch of pricks. But he was in there. I mean, when this fight was announced, TJ Doheny would be challenging for the undisputed Super-Bantamweight titles. I just thought, I was kind of a bit deflated, if I'm totally honest. Wasn't really looking forward to it. I wasn't angry about it, like some people were when it was announced, but I was just kind of like, well, so fucking what? You know, I didn't really give that much of a shit. But I'll give him credit. Doheny, he caused some problems in there. He fought quite well. He was very brave. He worked quite well to the body. I only gave him the third, I believe, because I just felt he was landing in that particular round. He was outlanding Inoue, who was kind of stalking forward and not really doing a lot. Yeah, he was sort of having a look, but yeah, he was working when he had to. You know, he took the first two rounds. Doheny took the third, but everything else, it was a gradual beatdown by Inoue, and yeah, he was working the body nicely. He was catching him to the head, and the end came quite abruptly. In the what round was it? Excuse me, got my notes here. In the seventh. It's fucking dark out here. I'm sitting out here because we've got a baby upstairs from us, and it's done nothing but fucking cry all day and all until now. Ironically, it stops now by the sounds of it, but everywhere in my flat, that's all you can hear is that fucking kid crying, and babies cry. Yeah, it's a fact of life. But today it's been particularly bad, and I've had to come down the end of the fucking garden in the dark to do this, just to, one, I didn't want it picking up on here, and two, I wouldn't have been able to concentrate on talking. I know I'm just talking to my phone, but I wouldn't have been able to concentrate, to be honest. So anyway, the end came in the seventh. Quite abruptly. It looked like a body shot. A couple of body shots landed, and then Doheny pulled up, sort of indicating his back had gone, and the fight was waved off. So we were kind of denied the highlight reel knockout. It lasted longer than I thought it would. I gave it maybe 4 rounds. I thought it'd be about 4 rounds before, in a way, did the business basically. But it's a decent name to have on his record. I think Bob Arum says he wants him out in December. I think possibly on Christmas Eve. So that'd be quite good. And then next year he says he wants to bring him to Vegas. So hey, why not? Why not? Yeah. I mean, he's fought in America before, but it'd be cool. I'd like to see him fight in the UK again. He fought in Scotland a good few years ago now, in the old World Series of, I forget the name. What was it? The World Series of Boxing, something or other. The Muhammad Ali Trophy. He won that. So yeah, no, I like Inoue. He's one of my favourite fighters, and it was a good performance from him. But I was kind of left a bit underwhelmed by it. And fair play to a lot of that was because of Doheny, because he was moving in peculiar ways. He was throwing punches from weird angles, and it made Inoue think a little bit. So, other bantamweights or featherweights, whichever way it goes, will be looking at that performance and thinking, if you're a slick mover. See, this is what I thought Fulton would have done to him last July when they fought. But yeah, we all know what happened there. He was just totally overwhelmed by Inoue. But no, it was a victory. It was just a shame it ended the way it did. but there you go. Now, the co-main event for the WBO Bantamweight title, Yoshiki Takei successfully defended his title against Daigo Higa, the former WBC flyweight champion. Now, he's a fucking fantastic fighter. This fight was fight of the night. Absolutely fucking brilliant. I loved every second of that fight. Real back and forth stuff. It was a unanimous decision to Takei. If I say his name wrong, I do apologise, people. I'm English. We fuck things up. I'm sorry. He took it. I think it was 115, 112 on one card, and 114, 113 on the other two. I had it 114, 113. So no problem. That it was very, very close. There was a questionable knockdown in the 11th that Higa scored, and it was weird because he did go down and a punch did land. It was kind of a cuffing sort of hook, left hook behind the ear, sort of high behind the ear, and it dropped. He did go down, but he was kind of slipping anyway, so it was a bit of a judgment call. I wasn't mad at it, but at the same time it was a little bit questionable, but that didn't make any difference. Takei won the fight. His use of, it was one of those back and forth battles. 1 minute, he'd be landing endless uppercuts on Higa. Really backing him up and hurting him, or appearing to hurt him, and his face was all puffing up and reddening. And then Higa would trap him against the ropes and unleash with lefts and rights to the head and body. A couple of times he cracked Takei with a couple of right hands, and it stiffened Takei just for a split second, and then he'd sort of regroup seconds later. Wonderful fight, definitely fight of the night. The bantamweight division is fucking brilliant. I think there are plans. I want to see it. There is definitely plans to put on a bantamweight tournament to unify all the titles, because every single bantamweight world title, all four of them, is held by a Japanese fighter. So I'd love to see them all fight each other in a tournament and unify all the belts. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Like I say, when I came in from work, the Andy, I've forgotten how to pronounce his name. I do apologise, folks. It's fucking dark out here, I can't see. Hiroka, sorry. Fight. Ismael Barroso. That was ended in the 9th. Barroso, I mean, he's 41. He's my age, but he looks about 15, 20 years older than me. I mean, he's always looked very weathered. My missus, she was sat with me watching it. She couldn't believe that he's exactly the same age as me. I think he's actually a couple of months younger than me. And she was quite horrified that this. She said, "That old man, how old is he?" I said, "He's 41." And she was horrified. But anyway, that's never here nor there. He just looked flat. He just looked absolutely flat. Hiroka just worked nicely behind jab. It wasn't a particularly enthralling contest to watch. Hiroka was quite happy just to work behind his jab, and it was working. Barroso didn't really have a lot. He had one round where he did actually land a couple of his heavy left hands, which is his signature punch, and he did mark up Hiroka under the right eye, and there was a little bit of damage there. But apart from that particular round, everything else was to Hiroka, and he dropped him twice. And stopped him. It was a good stoppage. He wasn't badly hurt, but he just wasn't going to win. And it was a shame to see Barroso go down like that, because he's been very unlucky in parts of his career. The Rolly Romero fight, for example, and he was coming off that big knockout in January. So it was a bit of a shame really for that to happen to him. But hey, it just happens. Sometimes people age overnight. He looked old in there. He looked old and sluggish to me. To me, anyway. It's just my opinion, but that's how I saw it. But it was a good afternoon of boxing for me. I felt a bit sorry for my American and Canadian friends, because obviously it was really early in the morning for them. But then I kind of thought, well, hang on, us Brits have had to spend years and years and years getting up in the middle of the night to watch big fights from Vegas or New York or wherever. So hey ho, it's one of those things. Right, anyway, that's enough out of me. I will be getting back to my normal schedule of trying to do this weekly. Everything seems to have settled down in my life at the moment. And part 3, the 1992 edition of my heavyweight title fights of the 90s series will be probably coming up either tomorrow or Thursday. So, right, that's enough out of me. Take care, folks. I hope you're all well. Thank you for watching these videos and listening to me fucking ramble on about boxing. You know, I sincerely mean it. I do this for my mental health. Gives me something to focus on. Gives me something to do. And I appreciate all of you who take the time to watch them and listen to them. Even if you think I'm talking complete bollocks, the fact that you actually listen to them, and even when you comment and interact with me, it's fucking wonderful. Even if you don't agree with me, that's what it's all about. That's what life's all about. Right, anyway, it's enough out of me. I appreciate you all. Take care. See you soon.